Hello everyone, welcome back to today's video, and I bet y'all are a little surprised that I've made a video. I have not streamed in the past several days, but there is a reason for that, because I've been needing to take a break, focus mentally, and try to talk to my friends and stuff like that. Because school is busy and stuff, major tests and everything like that. So now, let's get started with today's video. Alright, and today I don't quite remember what happened on last video or last episode, but we will see the colonial era begin to come to an end. As you guys can tell, most of the world is colonial controlled. France, Korea, not that country, what is, Poland, England, Scotland, to some extent even Greenland, Greece, northern India, Iran, southern India, Vietnam, Korea, and England. But there will be major things happening in today's episode, major things that could cause a collapse, and perhaps even ruin this civilization in total. But now, let's get started with the scenarios. I was originally going to begin to focus on to France for a very good reason, as I was going to originally create some kind of scenario with their capital, but that's where we will be shifting over to a different country that had been causing major problems few decades earlier. As you can tell, the entire border of Iran is completely Iranian or Persian people, but previous people that used to live here are now Pakistani and other regions. Which, if we just, yeah, this is what's left of these people, as there is a very small pocket over here, but it is not controlled by the world, luckily, or controlled by Iran. But now we can go ahead and begin to focus on to something else happening, something else very major. We will see the extinction of, well, not the extinction, but we will see multiple religious areas fall, and the extinction of this belief area over here, which will completely succumb over to the pink religion and over to the gray religion, which has slowly begun to spread. Now, the pink religion still exists, or the green one, as they exist on that tiny island, as Poland does not really know that they're there yet. But we can focus on to that a different time, as we're gonna continue to see multiple religions continue to get shorter and bigger. Surprisingly, the Crimean religion over here, though, had been shortening, is growing actually, as they have actually begun to grow into the Caucasian region, and a little bit into Russia and into Romania, or Moldova if you want to. But now, as I said beforehand, the complete extinction, and that will be of the red religion. As this religion had been here for many years, though it had not been specifically stated, let me just show y'all. Alright, I just got done, and as you can see beforehand, let me just go and pull open the original. Alright, so, I just reached I went ahead and grabbed the main one, and, this is what the red religion used to look like, but sadly, this is what they look like now. It's kind of a major, I said you're not allowed to exist, so you don't. But as you can tell, the original red team is actually here. Or not the original, but still. Uh, discard, yes, and y'all get to see that. Let's go ahead and take a look at the rankings. France, Korea, Poland, Greece, Russia, and England. Now, you can see something kind of weird. Greece, Poland, Korea, and France. That's kind of weird. They all kind of border each other. Um, well, in Europe, I mean, but like, still. One, two, three, and then we go to 4, 5, 6. Luckily, one out of the top 6 is their ally. Can you guess which one? It is England. But as you can tell, the top 2 powers in the world have their own puppet states. 1 and 2. Weird, right? Nope, bring that back. And then we got Central Asia, Thailand, Iran, which, as you can tell, Central Asia can easily beat Iran, as they are actually two. Well, if it would let me, okay, there we go. 1, 2 step ahead. So they're clearly 2 stages up ahead. So that clearly means they've organized their government enough where they can be stabilized, which is true. Which I still haven't updated the ideology layer. Have I? Or is this good? Oh, I did update it. Oh, over here. Oh, um, well, just to say for now, all of these countries over here, all of them are communist. Like, all of these countries right here are communist. Alright, anyways, as you can tell, like, some of these countries are fascist, democratic, and yet they're still allies. France, 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 England are allies. Oh yeah, I gotta get rid of this country, get rid of that one because they're not here anymore. But still, they're allies. Yet, one of them is fascist. Poland is fascist. Korea is democratic. Russia is democratic. I forgot what I said this is, but I'm pretty sure this is Greek socialism. Greek is socialist. Yet, most of their countries that they're allied to, monarchy or democratics. They're not allied with Poland, Russia. They're kind of allied with Korea, but they're just trade partners. But again, weird enough that they're fascist. But now we can go and focus onto a bigger topic, like what I said earlier, of Iran. As if we go on and focus all the way down here, where the Iranians are, you can kind of see, let me show you the World War I map. As you can tell, Iran has changed a lot over the years. A lot, as they are a lot smaller than what they used, or a lot bigger than what they used to be. And this used to be the Persian Empire. And in the World War One video, or in the World War One episode, I believe they had a colony over here, which was right here. Hold on. Their colony was right around here, and yeah. But this is the old Persian Empire, and they want it back. So what we are going to see is the activation of the military alliance. Originally, Greece was going to be a part of a partnership deal with them, but this entire five-country coalition, which, by the way, if we just look at Saudi Arabia, they are barely behind Iran, which I have not said beforehand that they are like on par with them, despite them having more lands that they could exploit and have a lot more oil, which they haven't found out about yet. Also, over here, I kind of let y'all choose what was going to be the 30th country, and I didn't want to go down to 40 or 50 down here, as I didn't feel like I wanted to. Okay, off of that ranting, but we will see the activation of this alliance as Iran will begin to invade into Pakistan. As this, take a look again. As you can tell, they actually control quite a bit of their old quote unquote territory. Also, I realized that there's this pixel. And also, if you were wondering, yes, Iraq was part of not Poland, Iran, and yes, that was the original Iranian government. But we will see Iran begin to invade into these regions of Pakistan, which, hold on, I forgot where they were on the leaderboard. Let me just check. Scroll down a little. They're on 21st place. But that's only 11 distance right here. From right here all the way down to here. The pretty distant distance. It's a pretty huge difference compared to Saudi Arabia, Central Asia, Greece, Russia, and stuff like that. But now back on to what we have going on over here. We will continue to see the Iranians roll through this territory, but we will finally see pushback from the Pakistani government and military, as we'll even see a bunch of guerrilla warfare happening in their own territory, as we will see Pakistan fully do a huge pushback. This much. And surprisingly, we'll even see an incursion happen all the way up here, where they were going to try to distract, they were going to originally try to distract Iran, but considering how weak their military actually seems, they're like, wait a second, we can just hold on to this territory. Like, there's nothing we can't do anymore, because even though we're extremely weaker, we still have a knowledge of this territory when we were one country. So they will begin to do their own little thing and completely take a bunch of territory, more than Iran has taken so far. So Iran will see this and they'll begin to wrap up their own military up over here until we will see a different country join against the Pakistans, only against Pakistan but no other nation. The Northern Indians. As Tibet would not join, as they would get rolled over by Central Asia, and that's kind of a territory Central Asia wants, so they will just not join on this, though they will ask Northern India if they can get quite a bit of territory from this. Northern India will say no, like just flat out no. You don't deserve any of it. Now Iran will get extremely mad because Pakistan had not expected this from Northern India, as their relationships were actually quite fond of each other. But sadly, that relationship has completely failed, as we will almost see the entire encirclement of the northern Pakistani village, which will look like this. As Iran seeing this will be like, you are not allowed to do that much land, take away that much territory, blah blah blah, stuff like that. But as you can tell, there's barely any territory they've taken over, but now it will completely be encircled, and northern India will get the majority out of this war as they have taken over the capital. And they'll continue to move through the Pakistani areas, and we'll see the complete surrender of all these troops. Well, not all of them, but like eventually they'll get pushed back and they'll get rushed over by um, Iran. And then the other surrounding nations will make a deal with northern India saying, we will give you territory if you hand over quite a bit back over to Pakistan, at least into the capital region. So around this much will go back over to the Pakistani territory. Northern India will actually take this as this is actually what they had claimed originally, until they had then claimed all of this, which looked better in their opinion. So they will just do this. As now, we will officially see every other nation join this war. And because of this, we will see a massive rebellion happening, as most of Iranian troops are all the way over there, where their capital region, and it's just mostly National Guard on each one of these borders. As surprisingly, Iran was actually not too worried about Central Asia and Russia, as they did not realize their rank in the world military. 5, oh, 5, and 7, which clearly means rebellion time, as we will see this huge region all the way down here, from the original region all the way over here, completely begin to rebel. And begins to grow uncontrollable until we will actually see a bunch of troops being actually being pushed back, as most of these troops are now just untrained troops, and most of the trained troops are heading back to their homeland, where they can either join with the rebellion or like protect their nation, which won't really go well, as their capital is hanging on by a literal thread. So yeah, their country begins to scatter, basically, as we will see all of these areas over here completely fall over to the rebellion, and we will see the execution, harsh, but execution of the militaristic leader or dictator, which then eventually the original royal family heirloom or heir will come into play and say, we control the throne now. All of y'all step down. We are retaking this nation. We're going to make this nation great again. Sounds familiar? But every other nation will be like, long as we get land and stuff like that. But we will actually see the supplies given over to Iran growing, as we will actually see the military who decides to help out the militaristic leader, just like completely push them back, as there's going to be a massive encirclement all the way down here. Though it was originally very difficult to push out these troops out of the water areas, we'll see the massive encirclement of the Persian rebellion. And after a certain amount of time, their capital will be retaken, and the supplier will be named in Europe. It's going to be in the top 6, allied with England, and the largest country in the world. As we will see all of France join the side of the Iranians. But there's a twist. We will actually see something happening to the Polish, French, to all of Europe, as we will see something massive hitting Europe. As we will see a massive crater hit the Gulf, this little Gulf area, hit right here. Massive crater appears, and it will plunge the world into darkness. As the world gets plunged into darkness, we will see the world begin to destroy itself, as multiple religions will think that this is the world end, which they are not wrong, and bestowed of this powerful majestic being, we will see something new happen. Most of the world will end up dying, as most of these areas all the way over here will completely begin to erase itself. As we will see these troops, or not troops, these openings of these countries completely, these people will completely disappear off the map. Like, you can't find them. They may be listed as missing, but they are gone forever. As we travel up this area, we will continue to see more and more people begin to go missing until at a point where the entire continent basically disappears. And that's when, even though beforehand it was originally supposed to be very concerning, this is when all the countries begin to pay attention, as the American region has become uncolonized again. Scottish region, England, France, the Iberian countries, East France, Northern Italia, Southern Italia, Germany, Sweden, Northern Sweden or Finland, Norway, and then the rest of the French colonies, Australia, all of it will completely disappear at a point where we will see the entire world instantly disappear. As basically, since the world is gone, and with very little survivors, we will see Season 2 coming out tomorrow. Despite what had happened to the world, we will see the map change forever, as these changes to the map will be indefinite and there will be no change. As we will see civilization rise up again in Europe. See y'all in Season 2, despite this short series. Hope y'all enjoyed. See y'all next time.